it's the age of information, right? And that's our super weapon. And this just gets you that next level so quickly. Yeah, and it's pretty cool that when I look at STG, right, in 4 months, we quadrupled our revenues to over 600K a month. And the only thing that I changed was the Seamless tool. Same CRM, same team. And that kind of cash injection completely changed the trajectory of that company, allowed them to invest in more employees, invest in their product. It just completely changed everything. So, and I like to give credit where credit is due. So Seamless was a big part of that. My name is Patrick Sheehan, as I mentioned, currently residing in southern New Jersey. And I am actually just getting ready next week to launch a new business venture called Kingdom Business Leaders. But for the past several years, I've been a Seamless user and advocate, and brought it into a couple of different companies that work with Ryan Feely quite a bit over the last couple of years. He's my man, gets me out of a jam and gets people hooked up with the product whenever we need to. The success with Seamless actually put me in a position where I could leave my previous employer and actually launch a different brand in the coaching and training space. So it's certainly a significant tool that got me where I am today. And it's actually, I just got a Kingdom Business Leaders branded account set up last weekend with Ryan, so we're ready to rock. Let me give you a quick rundown. I just prior to COVID, actually, I made a decision to shift into the virtual world. And I went to work for a company called Sales Transformation Group, who I'm no longer with as of last summer. And basically just trying to learn the selling high ticket sales and coaching programs in a virtual space. And my first couple months there, the way that they trained me and the tools that they introduced me to, it just wasn't working. So I made took the initiative and made some couple changes in my world. And within 30 days, I was just crushing it. I went from struggling to sell anything to actually outselling the founder of the company in August. It started my upswing of August of 2020. And it was doing so well that they asked me, hey, will you teach the other guys whatever you're doing? And they put me in a sales manager position. And then we were crushing it so much they put me in a chief revenue officer role. And our revenues from when I first introduced Seamless were averaging about $188,000 a month in August of 2020. And by December of 2020, so within four and a half months, we were up to about 650,000. And that 1 year period between when I took over and a year later, we did about almost $8 million. So in a month by month basis or on an annual basis, really quadrupled the revenues for that company. And a couple big components that Seamless really helped me out with was, first of all, the ability to get people's cell phone numbers, to be able to engage and have that first conversation, to just see if it makes sense to have a conversation, right? There was a time and a place where email was great. I can't ever recall somebody responding to a LinkedIn post or an email that says, hey, sounds great, here's my credit card number. You've just got to have that conversation. And there's very few tools out there. And if you're just using Sales Navigator or some other tools, that information is generally so outdated and so incomplete. It's a crapshoot. So the ability to get a primary cell phone number as well as somebody's personal email with some level of verification that's working, it really had a huge impact on our ability to make those first connections. In addition, the quantity of bounced emails we were getting, to be able to take that person's email, use the Chrome extension, jump over their website. I can't tell you how many hundreds and hundreds of connections we made because rather than just saying, oops, it was a bounced email, we actually had some place to go to get a corrected email using the Chrome extension. And these might have been leads imported from other sources. Obviously, if we would have imported them through Seamless initially, that issue would have been avoided. So it was a big change there. And so fast forward, I ended up leaving, like I said, that company last summer. And one of their bigger competitors, a company called Contractor Coach Pro, literally 10 days ago, reached out to me and said, hey, we never thought this was possible. Would you come build our sales team? So in the middle of trying to bring Kingdom Business Leaders Live. I am working with the Contractor Coach Pro to implement actually, they've never had a sales-focused team. Their coaches and trainers did most of the selling, and the owners. So we're going to build them out a team, get them tools like Seamless and a couple other things, and really take them to new heights. And like I said, looking to do the same thing with Kingdom Business Leaders. I've been working to sort of one-off as a consultant with some former clients that really had a difficult time with me leaving my previous employer. But one of the cool things I've been doing lately is, from a recruiting standpoint, to ask them to identify in whatever market they're in, who their biggest competitors, or who their most respected competitors are, and then using Seamless to really hyper-focus on their salespeople and reach out direct to the salespeople instead of, hoping maybe they would check Indeed or social media feed. Actually getting really out in front of it and targeting, a specific individual. So Mason, I want to contact Mason at Seamless. I hunt down by company name and title. It's really gotten us in front of people who weren't even looking for work, for jobs. So it's been, never thought of it as a tool in that way, but having a lot of success the last couple of months using it, literally in that aspect for recruiting and getting some rock star level talent at some of our clients. The list is beautiful and the information is perfect, right? But so much of it is what you do after the fact. And with Keep, for example, I actually went and got next level, went through 50 hours of training to become a Keep certified partner, just because I wanted to be an expert at campaign building, knowing that all the wild and cool things and how much that plays in your success. Like you said, be able to take people from a Seamless grouping and drop them into particular campaigns, knowing that those campaigns are built and they're going to run. Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. So that's awesome. I think you guys are heading down that route. I had started having success with it in August, but I probably picked it up in the middle of July. It had to have been a fluke. It had to have been through a social media feed. I didn't respond to anything in particular. It came out of the blue, and I'm going to assume it was social media feed. And I just invested my own money in it and tried it. And boy, did it work out. So boy, the more you look at some of the Seamless competitors, the more glaring the competitive advantage. And it's crazy to even think about, for me anyways, to not use the Seamless product. It just has some of those features that I mentioned that the competitors just don't. On a personal level, part of this KBL business was, I'm getting a little old in age, and knew I've been a serial entrepreneur most of my life, and knew I really wanted to do something special. And having Seamless part of the tech stack proved the proof of concept. And my business goal for KBL is it's basically a done for you coaching business in a box. So somebody who never had the infrastructure or the business acumen to make that transition into the coaching and training world, but great people just looking for a change. So I took every single hurdle. You don't have a website, so I'm giving you a website, the tech stack, including Seamless, giving you the tech stack. Never had an online university. I'm labeling a 40 module university. So, and my goal is to bring on enough coaches that it's probably, if I hit my goals for 2022, it's going to create about 50 grand a month in passive income for me personally, which is it's pretty cool spot to be, and to leverage tools like Seamless, and to get them into the right people's hands. Like I said, so I'm going to bring on X number of coaches. Each one of them is going to have a tech stack, including Seamless, that I'm going to pay for them. I'm building their websites. Just here you go make yourself some money. And hopefully, it's going to allow me to take some of that pressure off as I go into my older years, knowing that I'm focused on helping others be successful, rather than doing so much inward looking. So I'm pretty excited about it. I haven't used it. I've been Kathy and I have been together for 10 years this year, so I haven't used it in the dating world, but I never thought about that. I could put some thought in that. But I can't think of an environment, Mason, where you couldn't use the tool. It's the age of information, right? And that's our super weapon, and this just gets you that next level so quickly. So.